Guys, it's Kylie here with Kylie's Canine Boot Camp, and today we're going to be going over how to teach your dog to sweep the house. Basically, this would be for someone who has PTSD, anxiety. This is a lot of times going to be something for people with mental illness to make them feel a little bit safer and a little bit calmer when entering their house after being gone. It's just going to have the dog check every room and let you know if someone's in the house. Gage is right here and Mazakine is over there. If I sound weird in this video, it is because I am sick, so hope you guys enjoy and I hope that it is helpful. So let's jump into this video. To start off with, I will say some dogs, as soon as you let them inside from being gone for a while, they will just kind of run inside. Mazakine is one of those dogs. Every time I get home from work, or if we did some public access training that day, she'll usually go around and check most of the rooms automatically. She's usually checking to say hi to everyone in the family, and she does it every time we come home, so that is nice and it's a lot easier, and I encourage her to do that because that way it makes it easier to train this. If your dog is not naturally like that, that's perfectly fine. Gage is not, Mazakine is. It just depends on the dog. Some dogs just like to go around and say hi to everyone in the house, especially if there's more than one person at the house besides you. So that's what she does. She goes and checks for the other family members and see who she needs to say hi to because she just got back home. So yeah, basically some dogs may naturally do this, some dogs may not. Gage will not. He usually just likes to stand there and do absolutely nothing throughout the day, so that's his life. He's always been a super laid-back dog. Mazakine, however, gets her bursts of energy, and when she first gets home, that's when she tends to release the energy. Throughout the day, she stays relatively calm, so it's nice on me, not so nice on everyone she decides she wants to play with. So there are a few things you can do to teach this. There is scent detection, and scent detection is a nice thing to use. Scent detection, you can start by teaching them how to find it. So you would take a high reward treat, make sure they know that you have it in your hand, and then have them find it. You're going to hide it in an easy spot at first and then start making it more difficult. So with Mazakine, when I first started teaching Find It for her, I taught her, I would like hide it behind a toy. So it would be something like this toy. I would take this toy, put it on the ground like so, and then put a treat behind it, and she would be over on this side of it, and then have her find the treat. You can do things like that, put it behind a stuffed animal, whatever, as long as it's not, whoa. Just don't enclose it at first because that's a little bit more difficult. Once I start getting that down and they're finding the treat, then you can start hiding it under boxes. You might want to use boxes that are going to allow the smell to come out more, and then start moving up the difficulty. But to begin with, you can use like a cardboard box, poke some holes in it so it's giving them a little bit more scent and it's helping them out some more because we're not making it extremely difficult at first. There's no point in doing that. But it is a good idea to keep in mind that not every dog is cut out for scent detection work. A lot of dogs will be able to do it, but some dogs aren't as interested and they don't care enough to actually search for the treat, so it does depend on the dog. Once you start using the scent detection work, you can use it like that and then start hiding things around the house. You can also use like find a certain person command and hide people around the house and have the dog go find them. This for some dogs the scent detection might work better. For other dogs this technique may work better. So basically what you're going to do is just have people hide around the house in different rooms and have them call for the dog and have the dog find them. You're going to associate a command with that. So as soon as you open the door, say find it or find them, whatever. Find person. I don't care what you want to use as it. Just use a term to associate them going and looking for people with a command. Eventually you should be able to wing them off, people having to call them, into just being able to say the command and they'll go search around the house for an intruder. I would say this second one is easier, just having people hide around the house and associating a command with that. Most dogs are going to be able to do that. That's not that hard, especially if they know their name pretty well and they usually listen to other people calling their name. And the second one is going to be easier. The scent detection one can work, and I know that some people have used it for their dogs because their dog wasn't really learning very well the other way. It just depends on the dog, but I find the second one easier, and most dogs will pick up on that better. So I'll show you guys the second one. The first one, it would be a long drawn out video if I try to show you how to do that, but I'll show you guys the second video and show you how I would do that. So basically what you're going to do is they're both at the door. So I would say search, open the door. Okay, you're in the way. Search. Good boy. Musking, go. Musking, go. Search. Search. So that's the command. Sorry, squeaky door. That's the command I would use. Say search. You're gonna say before you open the door and as you open the door, just to reinforce the command of what you're asking of them. So you're gonna say search, open the door, search, and then you would have them go inspect the room. Once you've done that, keep in mind that's only the first step. Make sure that the people that the dog finds are rewarding them, keep them loaded with treats, and use the positive cue word you have. For Mazikeen, that can be thank you, yes, or good girl. Some dogs, they have multiple. Some people have a specific word they use to mark a good behavior. That's what you're going to tell them to say to your dog, whatever your mark is for a good behavior. Once they have that down and they're starting to find people, one, make sure when you're first doing it that the people are calling for the dog, because it's going to help. Make sure they're rewarding the dog. Make sure they're rewarding the dog with not just treats, but with positive cue words or marking that behavior. Once they found at least one person in the beginning, recall them to you so they get in the habit of find them and come back. That way you know that they're not just saying, oh, hey, I'm going to go find whoever and get pet. No, we want them to come straight back. And then you can start adding more people to make it more challenging. I think 3 is a good number. So I have my dogs, if I teach this, I have my dogs look for 3 people. So you can have the dog go up and bark at the person or come up and bark at you. You can also have them nudge or paw at you. Don't have them nudge or paw at that person. That's a bad idea. Have them find the person, come back, nudge or paw. You can also have them guide you out. How would you teach that? Same way I would teach them to find exit, but in this case, you're teaching them only go to the exit if someone's in the house. So leave the door open as an option. But basically what you're going to do, have the dog go. If they find someone, which in the practice cases, they're always going to find someone. So you're going to teach them to search, find that person, come back, and walk outside if someone's in the house. Then you're going to start changing it, tell them to search with nobody in the house, but you have them come back and make them sit right next to you and wait. You can also reverse that to make it where they sit right in front of you and stare you down if someone's in the house. There's just so many things that you could do. It depends on what you want. So first step, teach them to search. Second step, teach them to alert to someone in the house. This seems pretty simple. It's a process. Depending on the dog, you may have to change up tactics. It really depends. If these techniques don't work for you, I'm sure that there are videos on teaching the dog to walk a perimeter, and you can probably apply that to this. I don't know, I haven't seen any of the videos, so I'm not going to guarantee, but I'm sure that you could. So keep in mind that this is not an easy thing to teach. It is a process, and I would wait until later on in the dog's training to start this. That way you can get more things out of the way than starting something like this, which is big. Sometimes it can be scary for some dogs because they just turn the corner and someone's there, because you do have to hide people. Forgot to mention that when you're doing the training, make sure you're hiding people, not just at the beginning. Yeah, you can just put them out in the open, but once you start advancing them, make sure people are actually hiding from the dog so that the dog isn't just like, hey, I found you, great, and you're right there. No, you need to actually hide people from the dog, so it's more of a challenge. Also keep in mind that I did list 2 techniques. Those 2 techniques depends on your dog. The second technique of having them go around and find people throughout the house is much easier, but some dogs may struggle with that, and scent detection may be an easier way to go about it. The way you would use scent detection for this would be starting with treats, having them find treats, and then start putting different scents around. So like someone that the dog doesn't really know shirt in a box, say search, and make them find the one with that unknown scent. First, you do have to let them sniff the shirt, but then you're going to have them search for the shirt. So things like that. But that should be everything. I know this video is messy. I probably sound like crap. I probably snuffled a few times throughout this. I am sick. I'm sorry about that. And nobody was here to film the video for me. Gage decided to join me for the outro, so I think I got everything. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments. Questions, comments, concerns, go in the comments. As always, we love you and we hope it's helpful.